Here at Wargames Illustrated, we've got an insatiable appetite for new terrain and buildings. That's because we take loads of photographs to decorate our articles in the magazine, obviously. So we like to change the background every now and again by getting in new buildings, new terrain, so you get to see something new in the pictures. So last year, towards the end of 2020, we decided that we'd invest in some new terrain and some new buildings. And we had a look around to see what we could get our hands on, and we decided that despite the influx of MDF buildings that have come on the market in the last few years and all been very nice, we'd go for something resin, and we'd go for something resin made by Hovels. Now, Hovels have been around for ages. We looked back in the magazine and saw that they started advertising with us in about 1989. So they've been around on the block for a long time, and maybe because of that, you take a look at the buildings and really it's difficult to get anything better. They've got that sort of organic look that you get with resin as opposed to the straight lines that you get with MDF. So what I'm going to do today is show you some of our new investments, some of the new stock we've got here at Wargames Illustrated, take a closer look at some of the buildings. We're going to start over on this side of the table with the European stuff, and we're going to finish off on that side of the table with the smaller accessories and bits and bobs like barrels and crates, etc. So these are all billed as being 25/28mm. That shows how old they are. So they're definitely on the sort of smaller scale of things, which we kind of like, particularly for photographs or on-table look. We like the buildings to be smaller than perhaps they would be in reality. Starting over here, we've got a church. This is H20. It's a church, stone built with buttresses, and as you can see, that would make for a very nice European church. Possibly something in England as well, but it's definitely got a sort of bit of a European, Western European look to it. Next to it, we've got a church that's seen better days. So this is the ruined version of the same church, really. So that's yeah, great ruin if you're having a game on a battlefield that's seen some battle damage. Now we'll move on to these other houses in a moment, but let's just take a look at this one, see what this is. This is H55. So consulting my list. This is La Belle Alliance, the inn at Waterloo, actually. So this is modelled on the famous inn near the Waterloo battlefield where Wellington stayed. So yeah, another nice little house that could be used on any battlefield at all in Western Europe. So into these houses now. These are all fairly similar. This is H56, so H56, consulting the list, is a house or shop half-rendered Dutch house with ornate scroll brick gable. So we'll look at all these different houses together actually, because as I say, these are all suitable for sort of Western Europe, particularly the Low Countries, Belgium, Holland, and into France as well. All of a similar kind of style, and when they're lined up on the tabletop look great together and would be really good at forming a sort of backdrop to your battles from, I should say, the 16th century all the way up to the 20th century, really. There's no reason why you couldn't have these in the background in your World War II battles as much as anything else. Now all these buildings have arrived pre-painted, but that's because we paid a little extra to have that service. And when I say a little extra, just to give you some idea on the price, this one, let's have a look at this. This is H56. So this is this would be £13.75 if you had it just in resin, but if you have it painted, it's £35.20. So it is quite a bit more. It's just a bit more than double the price, but it is painted to a very high standard as well. You should be able to see that, particularly on the close-up pictures you'll be looking at. So they're mainly all the houses. They're out at the front. We've got some more different kind of buildings. This is H61, which is a Bruges Tower, which could be used as any tower in a European setting again. And this one, this building, which is a bit different, is H59, which is a coaching inn. So that's a European style coaching inn It's got the space for the coach to go through in the middle. Is this a part of it, or is this something different? This is H60, so this is a stable block, which is could be a part of the coaching in. So yeah, and all of this making up great sort of European town or city. Over this side, we've got some of the wall pieces, again painted, and because we had them all painted at the same time by Hovels themselves, they've all got a similar kind of colour scheme to them, which is very nice. Different lengths of wall, we've got the corners, and we've got the straight bits of the wall, and we've got a gate as well for that wall as well, so a removable gate that can go. So there, all of that stuff over there is from the European 25-28mm range. And moving into these in the centre, we've got the Waterloo Le Hay Saint range. So if you were to buy everything from this part of the catalogue, you'd form the whole of Le Hay Saint. We've just bought a selection of the things because I wanted to use them not as Le Hay Saint specifically, but rather as individual buildings. This one, for example, is H63. So this is the Farmhouse, which can be used on its own. Again, Western European looking, I should say. Might get away with it for America, colonial America. This is H64, which is a stable or cowshed with covered gateway. So again, a nice standalone piece. And this last bit here is the large barn. The large barn, again, forming a piece of Le Hay Saint. There's other sections of Le Hay Saint as well. There's the there's the complete farm. So actually, if you were to buy it all, it'd be £74 for the whole lot in resin, or £183 for the whole lot painted. So there's also a small house and a pigsty as well that you could get. So that's the Le Hay Saint Waterloo section. These things over here, these are a bit kind of random. We've got an Arabic tomb here. So that's a nice, something a bit different for the Middle East, obviously, into Arabia. This does come off. It's got a sort of nice interior to it as well. So that's just about the only bit we've got with a removable part. Actually, most of the others don't. Most of the roofs on the others don't. In front of those, we've got some African or indeed Celtic huts as well. They're quite small. As you can see, you'd struggle to get a 28mm figure inside one of those in reality, but I think in actual fact it does work quite well on the tabletop. Over here we've got some bits that we struggled to find on the website after we ordered them, but these are bridges. I'm sure you can find them somewhere. We've got a bridge with a large bridge with one arch, and then a smaller bridge with some buttresses and a single arch as well. So there's some bridges, resin bridges. Moving over here, we've got what items that come from the accessories range. So this is again 25 or 28mm accessories, and we've got things like crates. We've got barrels over there as well. We've got some produce in bags as well. We've even got a palm tree. They make a range of palm trees. We've gone for the larger one, but they do smaller ones as well. This is a 6-inch. They go down to 4-inch as well. These trees are only available painted, and this one was, let's have a look, £8.25 for the tree. And some corn stacks as well over there as well. So a lot of nice little accessories and things as well. There's all sorts of other things like farm gates and wooden troughs and that kind of thing. So hopefully that's giving you a good idea of the range of buildings and accessories that Hovels make. As I say, this is kind of part of a change of scenery scene for us at Wargames Illustrated. We're getting lots of different scenery from all sorts of places. So if you look elsewhere on the website, you'll see things that we've bought from Debris of War as well. We bought a whole new set of trees from Debris of War, and this is all to add to our collection, our growing collection of buildings and terrain that you'll get to see in the magazine over the coming years probably. So there you go, Hovels resin buildings.
This video has been brought to you by WI Prime, Wargames Illustrated magazine's online members club. View more videos or find out more about WI Prime by following these links.